So I am going to talk about my teaching compass, ROSE, and so this is right here. I know it really seems all over the place, but I'm going to describe each part of this compass first before I talk about what I chose as the reflection animal. So in the north part of my compass, that is going to be encouraging student voice. We did a student voice project in one of my other classes, and I felt that it was super important. It made every student feel heard and valued, and that their perspective mattered in the classroom. So drawing from the Junkyard Wonders, I wanted the students to be able to express their ideas and their perspectives in a confident but yet safe environment, because that is crucial in the classroom to the students and how they feel there. Class discussions, suggestion boxes, peer sharing activities, that will all ensure students' voices are shaped in the learning journey, because we are all in that journey together. So they need to know that they matter just as much. Going south, so straight down, incorporating inquiry-based science, and I know we talked about that a lot in this class. So in science, when I teach it, I will encourage my students to ask their own questions and pursue investigations that interest them. It's so important that they stay interested and engaged. But for an example, I might have them design their own experiments to explore how plants grow in different types of environments. So that would help to foster their curiosity and their critical thinking, but also again with the keeping them engaged. It's so important we get such little time for science and social studies blocks to be able to keep them engaged with the time that we do have. So going east, creating a safe place for all, for risk taking. So I will establish an environment where the students feel that if they do make a mistake, that it's okay. We're all gonna make mistakes, even myself as a teacher, and they need to know that if they're called on or if they're doing their work and a mistake is made or they went in the wrong direction, that this is a safe place for all of us and that it is okay. And so with that, I will include praising their effort and modeling how to recover from a setback. Again, we all have them. And creating collaborative opportunities where students can learn from one another. Again, the environment of the classroom is going to be so important for how these students learn and what they take away from it. So on the west side, celebrating diversity in learning styles. So I'm going to tailor the lessons that will accommodate diverse learning preferences. I'm going to always know that I will have a mixed group of students. So there will be backgrounds, cultures, just so many different things to pull from. And I decided that that is going to be really fun to work with, because why not spice things up with some culture and some background? And you know, it's just such a good learning tool for other students. But I'm going to tailor the lessons to accommodate diverse learning preferences, from visual aids and hands-on projects to storytelling, again, like I said, about different backgrounds. And technology integration. So for an example, I might use role playing or digital simulations to teach history or science concepts, ensuring all students can connect with the material. We all are walking a different line. We're all on a different journey. We all come from a different past and background. And I think it's important to keep all of that utilized and in the forefront of the classroom, and we can share that. It's not something that should ever be used to divide, but instead to bring together. So the creature that I use to represent myself for teaching science is going to be the dolphin. I apologize if I don't know. I tried to do my best in that drawing, but I wanted it to be like it was coming out of the compass. So I chose it because I feel like the dolphin symbolizes intelligence, and this is what we're doing. We're teaching students and playfulness, because at the same time, especially in elementary school, there has to be a gentle playfulness type of time or moments that happen in the classroom, and you can incorporate that into science. Not everything has to be so strict and just so hard. Sometimes it can just be a lighter moment while the students are also learning. They can learn that way, and if they're engaged, they're definitely learning. But teaching science should be about exploring with curiosity and engaging, like I said, students in a way that they are interactive and it should be fun. Dolphins represent teamwork and reminding me to work collaboratively with my students. The most important thing that I learned during field experience, so I was at Lincoln Elementary School in Leland. My son actually went here in kindergarten. I realized the power of integrating personal connections into lessons. I had to teach a lesson in my culturally diverse class, and bringing that into the lesson was really intriguing for myself and the students. It was really interesting. But during a math lesson, like I said, I asked the students to measure objects around the room, which sparked a conversation about their favorite places at home. And this connection made the activity more engaging and meaningful, especially when we went further than home and like background where were you born, and brought culture into it. And you know, those little tiny conversations can just stem so much for other students to get involved in, and just really it's a togetherness, and we're all in this together, you know. So yeah, I can't wait. I love science. Science strategies to try. I want to try project-based learning, where students work on long-term science projects. I always love science projects. Anything hands-on for me in science is that. Such as designing a simple water filtrating system, or like we talked about the plants, you could do an ecosystem. This method not only covers scientific principles, but it also encourages teamwork and problem solving and critical thinking and real world applications, and that's going to be very important for them. Suggestions for future courses. Adding a module on integrating science into other subjects would be really beneficial. So like showing how science connects with art, creating a model or drawing like an ecosystem, like I said, or literacy, bring science into any subject. So literacy, writing about scientific discoveries. We can write a paper about the water filtration system, or we grew an ecosystem, we could write about that. That would work really well. And final comments before my internship. I feel ready for internship. I feel prepared for internship, especially this was one of the courses that I took that really helped bring science to a forefront for me. Like I said, I love science, but this helped me feel really prepared to teach it. Strategies that I've learned combined with my field experience at Lincoln Elementary have given me everything that I need, the tools that I need, to create a welcoming and engaging classroom. So I definitely look forward to taking what I've learned from this class and bringing it into my student teaching internship at Lincoln Elementary, so I can gain even more from my students and mentors. So yeah, I really appreciate everything I've learned in this class. Activities like this they're really important. So I just hope everyone knows that something like this can really just create so much more than this piece of paper. So I am grateful for this class and what I'm going to be able to take from it moving into the classroom with my students. So thank you again.